As a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and being someone who has a presence on the internet, I felt that I should probably say something about the episode of Big Love that's been in the news, thanks to HBO. First off, I've never seen the show Big Love, so I'm in no position to give anyone any sort of critique about it. I did see the temple scene that has caused such an uproar in the LDS community. Of course, it was on YouTube. I think it's since been removed. I talked with a friend of mine, an old buddy from the Navy, and he's actually been a big fan of Big Love. And he said to me that he thought the temple ceremony that they depicted on the show was, and I'm quoting, quite beautiful. I thought that was kind of cool, frankly. There are plenty of people out there going to say, oh, you know, those Mormons, boy, they're just as wacky as we thought they were, you know, but it's nice to hear at least someone say, well, that was kind of nice. I personally think it was in bad taste for the producers to go into that kind of detail, to frankly, you know, reveal the things that Latter-day Saints hold sacred. I would like to say, speaking for the accuracy, and I've worded this very carefully, and I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it for you. As for its accuracy, all I'll say is that no medium can capture the genuine emotion or the communion with the Holy Spirit that one experiences in the temple. When you remove the spiritual element, the whole thing isn't going to make much sense. You know, the temple experience is first and foremost a spiritual experience. You know, whether you're going through the endowment ceremony or doing baptisms for the dead. When leaders of the church talk about the ceremonies and things taken out of context, it is out of a spiritual context. What the temple experience offers is something that's, you know, more profound, you know, and more spiritual, and not everyone is ready for, not without, you know, preparing themselves. And that's the reason why we don't really discuss it. You know, we don't discuss the endowment. You need to be sure that it's your time to go into the temple. Because if you go in there cold and you're unprepared, then you're not going to get much out of the experience. Just as people who are not members who watched Big Love aren't going to get much out of what they saw, because it's outside of that spiritual context. So bottom line, I'm not critiquing the program, nor am I endorsing it. Having never seen it, you know, it just wouldn't be fair of me to, you know, make any kind of judgment call on that. I do think that the producers showed some really poor judgment. I'd like to also point out that the only reason there was this uproar, if you will, in the LDS community was because HBO decided to apologize, quote unquote, to the church ahead of time. And by doing that before the show actually aired, oh my gosh, that just generated all kinds of buzz. And of course, I bet Big Love got its biggest audience ever. If HBO was sincere in apologizing to the church, they wouldn't have issued any such apology until after Big Love had aired. Just my opinion.